This morning, I heard an interesting case. According to recent reports, more than 60% of adults have been on the on-again, off-again relationship roller coaster. The couple I met today know this firsthand, and they brought their problems into divorce court.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Precious Spears and Darwin Jenkins. The two of you have been together for 10 years. You have been living together for 2 years, engaged for those 2 years. I can see that somebody planned a wedding at some point, but I understand it didn't happen. So I'm going to start with you, Ms. Spears. You want reimbursement for some expenses, and I'm going to talk to you about that momentarily. But Ms. Spears, I'm going to start with you. Tell me about your relationship and why we're here today.
Well, Your Honor, I've been with him for over 10 years, and I entered online to win a contest, to win a wedding. As you can see, I bought the wedding dress.
So you won?
Yeah, I won, Your Honor. I sent in an essay telling my story about how we were together for so long. They love my story. They love how we was getting along together for a long time and everything, and how we've been together.
Let me ask you this. When you went online to apply to win this wedding, had he proposed to you yet?
Yes, Your Honor. We were engaged.
You were engaged?
Yes.
You were just, okay, facilitating what was already happening. Go ahead.
Yeah, we didn't have the money to actually go forth and do a wedding, so I said, oh, let me enter this contest to win online, the free wedding, and see what happens.
So what happened? You got all the stuff, then what happened?
I got everything together, Your Honor. We had a certain day. We got family members. I told them about it. I told family, friends, everybody to get ready to come to our wedding. I purchased a dress, Your Honor. I purchased my kids' clothes, Your Honor, as you can see.
Oh, very cute.
Yes, Your Honor. Our wedding colors was going to be red, black, and white. So we had everything together, Your Honor. And I also purchased shoes, the red shoes to go with everything, Your Honor. I was waiting and excited and thrilled to have a wedding finally take place.
And,
Your Honor, come to find out, he was not divorced yet.
Well, she ain't the only one that spent money. I spent money.
Hang on.
I mean,
I see you got your suit there.
Yeah, I bought my suit too.
But before we talk about it, and I love your suit, it's very nice.
It's like, come on.
How did you not know you weren't quite divorced yet?
The paperwork didn't get finalized right at the time because misfiling of paper.
So the court messed up, you're saying? So when did you find out that you weren't really divorced?
Probably about a week before we was about to get married.
What was Ms. Spears' response at the time?
She was furious, and she was mad that she started going off talking about she's sleeping with a married man and this and that. But she knew it was in a process and that it was getting done.
To me, it sounds like a technical thing. I mean, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't that he was fooling around and not paying attention, or the court messed up. Boo-boos happen.
But, Your Honor, he should have been divorced before he got engaged to me. He shouldn't have led me on to believe that we were going to actually get married if he was still married, Your Honor.
I don't think he knew, though.
I didn't know she was going to go online and enter on a contest for a wedding.
Oh, so you knew you weren't quite divorced yet when you were dating her?
At the time that I started the paperwork for the divorce, that was way before she even entered the contest for the wedding. So it was already a motion, and it was already in motion.
Okay. So why didn't you, after the week went by, you finally got the divorce paper, why didn't you guys just go ahead and get married?
I don't know, Your Honor. We're supposed to be engaged, but I still don't have a ring on my finger. We had some rings on leeway. He had a deposit.
Let's ask him.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Jenkins, why now that the divorce has come through, are you not married?
Well, it became trust issues and stuff like that.
Whose trust issues?
She started losing trust in me.
Because?
I be with my friends a lot, family, and she always think I'm out with somebody else.
Do you think Mr. Jenkins is fooling around on you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
Because he has text messages, phone go off all times of night, early in the morning.
Have you read any of those text messages?
I have before, Your Honor.
And what do they say?
Your Honor, he's talking to females, telling him that he wants to hang out with them for his birthday and things like that, telling them that he wants them to come over and visit with him and things like that, Your Honor. And then he lies about it, Your Honor, and said they're his family members on the phone when it's not. I asked him, what can I say?
Are you talking to a lot of women, hooking up?
I have a lot of female friends. I'm a people person. I know a lot of people, and the time she's speaking about, I wasn't even living in Vegas with her at the time. I was still living here in California. I came home for my birthday from Vegas, and a friend wanted to hang out. So, yeah, I did tell my friend, let's go get a drink. It ain't nothing but a drink.
You got anything more substantial than that? Because that hasn't convinced me.
He say he has a lot of female friends. I never met none of his female friends. He say that they're family members. They don't have mutual family members together, so I don't know if they're real family members or not, Your Honor. He's just lying about it. And then when I asked to check his phone, Your Honor, he runs and hides the phone and everything.
You're not running and hiding with the phone, are you, Mr. Jenkins?
I just don't like her going through my phone. That means she don't trust me. She know my passwords. She got all my email passwords, everything. You have all this information. Why, if I'm giving you this information, why you don't trust me? Why you think I go hang out?
Why don't you just hand her the phone and put a period on it?
Exactly.
Because I be playing my games. I don't be wanting to stop doing what I'm doing.
You mean to tell me that you're willing to allow a distrustful atmosphere exist in your home because you don't want to stop playing some bubble game or something?
True. I mean,
That's
it may
absurd.
not sound right, but I mean,
You're a grown man.
I be needing my freedom sometime. It just, we up under each other too much. And for her to think that I'm...
What do you mean we're up under each other?
We live together.
Much?
We work across the street from each other. We live together. We sleep together. We do almost basically
That's
everything
called
together.
marriage.
Well, I mean, we've been together almost almost 13 years.
Right.
So it's like we've
Kind of. That's kind of like the goal. Been married. I've been married. Be 27 years soon, and we like, yay! We've been together, lived together, sleep together, wake up. There he is, every morning. But I'm kind of like, woo! Still got him.
I mean, she still got me. I'm there every day. Yeah, we don't have that piece of paper saying we married yet, but I mean, she know I love her.
She wants that piece of paper.
I understand that, but
Do
now
you
I
not
don't
want that piece of paper?
I do, but she need to stop being jealous. She need to have more trust in me.
So you got conditions.
Yeah.
And if she
don't-
meets those conditions, will you give her a ring?
Yeah, I
I'm working
will.
for you over here. You see that, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
I mean, I will. It's just like...
So we're going to take a moment and discuss the conditions.
From 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. to
That's a
sit
lie.
there and watch superhero shows, Your Honor, all day long. Reruns at that, Your Honor.
Do you have a 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. ritual of watching superheroes?
That's not true. From 9 to 1, I'm with my friends, hanging out, getting drunk, watching TV.
Give me the top 2 things you believe she needs to change in order for you to feel as if you can progress with this relationship.
Her trust and the jealousy, the insecurity. That's the only main things I have a problem with.
Now, Ms. Spears, you do sound a little ludicrous with it. You know, you haven't caught him with another woman? Have you seen any naked pictures on the phone or on social media? Has he ever had unaccounted for time? Is there anything factual, rational, that you can tell me that would lead me to believe that Mr. Jenkins is doing you wrong?
Yes, Your Honor, he never has time for me. He always spending his time with his friends. He never wants to go places with me. He has a ritual with his friends to be...
He has a who?
A ritual.
A ritual, okay,
A
I'm
ritual.
sorry.
Yes, with his friends early in the morning, Your Honor, from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. to
That's a
sit
lie.
there and watch superhero shows, Your Honor, all day long. Reruns at that, Your Honor. And he says he with his friends, but I'm not sure if that's true or not, Your Honor. I don't...
Do you have a 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. ritual of watching superheroes?
That's not true. At 5 a.m., I'm getting my son ready for school. I drop him off at the bus stop. I come back, lay down for a little bit, get my daughter up and ready to go to school. After I drop my daughter off at school, it's getting closer to time for the show to start, so I stop and get some beers.
So there is a superhero show involved.
I do.
Okay.
I go watch my shows. From 9 to 1, I'm with my friends, hanging out, getting drunk, watching TV. It ain't like I'm with a female.
From 9 to 1,
Yeah.
you are getting
It's only
drunk,
like 4
hanging out,
hours.
watching superheroes with your friends.
Yes.
Did you hear that, Miss Spears?
It's
That
only
would
4
upset me
hours.
more than him running around with another woman.
Yes,
Why
Your
would you want to...
Yes.
No, seriously.
But at least-
No, seriously. You want to hitch your wagon. You want to make permanent a
Yes.
relationship with a dude that sits around and drinks from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. watching superhero shows. This is the life you want?
No, Your Honor, I want him to change. He just recently started doing that, and that's what the problem is. And I'm not sure.
Is the superhero and booze thing new?
Yeah. It's
And when
new.
did it start?
Probably about 2 months ago when...
And why did it start?
Lack of trust. I go spend time with my family or something, oh, you with this female, you with this female. Like I said, when I play my games, it got notifications. She think it's a booty call, 2 in the morning, because my game going off. It's like,
But how
I have
does
no
that
trust.
translate into vodka and
I just need to get away, just to get away from the house for a while. And I go hang out with a friend. I just recently took her to 2 concerts.
Who did you find that wants to be drunk at 9 a.m. watching superheroes?
You'll be surprised at the people you run into. Vegas is the city that never sleeps. People drink all day, and it's like, it was real easy with me being
Do
an
you have
alcoholic.
a job?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
What do you do?
I'm a waiter, and I work at night.
You work at night, so
Yes,
what, you
ma'am.
sober up in the afternoon?
I take a nap and then go to work.
Your Honor, he's so upset driving to the venue. He has pennies in the side of the door getting ready to launch him at somebody that cuts in front of us on the highway. He's so...
Do you really?
Yep. That way I could get their attention, cuss them out, and go on by my merry way.
Have you been living together for years but find that splitting up is as complicated as getting a divorce? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Don't forget to join the conversation on social media. Go to facebook.com/divorcecourt and follow us on Twitter and Instagram @divorcecourt. If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram @divorcecourt. So I got off track a little bit. I want to get back on track. You're saying that the sole thing standing in between her and that dress is her jealousy.
And trust.
And trust.
Yes.
Jealousy and trust.
Yes.
Now, Ms. Jenkins, I don't see anything wrong as far as trust with him. I think he's tired of hearing you fuss about it. I don't think he's doing anything wrong, but I think you're driving him crazy with it. But you say that not only is he cheap, he also has a short fuse.
Yes, Your Honor. If we do decide to go somewhere and finally get out the house, Your Honor, he's so upset driving to the venue. He has pennies in the side of the door getting ready to launch him at somebody that cuts in front of us on the highway. He's so...
Do you really?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
You
I
have a collection of coins in your car that you're going to throw at people in case somebody does something inappropriate on the highway.
Yep. That way I could get their attention, cuss them out, and go on by my merry way.
Oh, some of them, you know, there was a cat out in Arizona, came out there with a gun and shot the other guy. Boom.
I'm not worried. I'm not too much worried about stuff like that.
What if your kid is in the car? What is your kid going to learn about what I do when somebody distresses me? That I should confront them? Are you worried about your kid getting shot? Come on.
Well, when the kids are with me, I don't even drive fast.
Don't do
I
it
speed,
at all. Be an
do all that.
adult. Be an adult. Gee, and you want... I'm fighting for a marriage that I don't know if I would want to have. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
You say he's cheap, but he said he took you to 2 concerts just recently.
I won them tickets on the radio.
Oh, you won the tickets?
Yeah.
I was trying to
But
help.
I'm spending $20 for a drink in a club.
Your Honor,
I'm spending $20 for drinks in the club.
Honor. He wants to go out and do what he wants to do, Your Honor. I want to go to a buffet. I like to eat or do something like that. When we do things like that, the things that I want to do, Your Honor, he sits there and looks at me like I'm crazy. But if we go out to a club and want to have a drink or something like that, oh, he's with that, Your Honor. He'll love that.
You like to get turned up?
That's not true, because I like to get turned up. I just don't like the club scene. It's too crowded for me. I'm not a people person
So you
like
want to
that,
get turned up
where
at home?
I'm getting bumped into left and right. I don't like getting pushed around in a crowded environment. So that, like, that pisses me off. And I have a reaction to all that. But as far as restaurants, she want to sit here and say I look at her crazy. I don't be looking at her like that. I be looking at her because our server is lousy at they service, or something be wrong with our food or something like
You
that.
got a lot of things that bother you, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You run through life a little pissed off all the time because things aren't real smooth, don't you?
Well, my life didn't get like that till 2010 when I lost my dad. So I went straight downhill after losing.
I lost my dad 20 years ago or so. People lose people all the time. And as a matter of fact, you know, nobody likes to lose somebody you love. But my mother always says, as long as everybody dies in the right order, you don't want to bury your kids, you got to bury your parents. And doing so is just a part of life, and everybody has to do it. And that's no reason to allow and not because of everybody else, but for you. I mean, how uncomfortable, how not fun is it to be upset by everything that you run into?
That's
you know what I
why
mean?
I don't really do too much. If I'm not at work or at my friend's house, I'm in the house.
But why don't you conquer the anger as opposed to, you know, become agoraphobic and lock yourself into a room? Why don't you conquer the anger?
I'd rather be in the house. I'd rather be in the house because it's like too many crazy people out there, and if
You're one of them.
I know.
You went to
with my attitude, running across another crazy person like me, it's not gonna end good.
Court's in session. Do you come in, take off your clothes, and then say,
I do, Your Honor. If you want to touch something, go touch some dishes in there, okay? They got some grease.
He's keeping you from getting any action, huh?
I thought maybe if I get a girl dog for a guy dog, I could get my girl bag and my bed bag.
Visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Divorce Court. Mrs. Spears, you're seeking $2,000 for what you say is household bills for 6 months, $130 for the utilities, $120 for the cable, and $85. You're not leaving him, are you?
Yes, Your Honor. If he don't act right, if he don't lose the temper, if he don't spend time with me and treat me better, then yes, Your Honor, I have to go.
See, whenever I ask that question, and they're not leaving, I only ask that question when I know you're not leaving, because I know you're not leaving. They always say, yes, I'm going to leave him if he doesn't change all of the stuff he's been for the last 10 years. You've stayed with him 10 years like that, and there's nothing I can say that's going to change your mind. You just want a ring out of it.
Yes.
I'm just saying, you want to be permanently attached to the set of problems that you have over here to your left. And that is completely and utterly up to you. Nothing I can do about it. But it doesn't get better after you get married. And I think marriage is a wonderful thing, but I think sometimes people marry, you get attached to one dude, and whether or not it's working or whether or not you're a happy thing, you know, I've sunk so much time into the brother, you know, need that ring. I hope that's not the case. And I'm not going to award you anything because you're not leaving. Mr. Jenkins, my last thing is to say to you, I wish you better. I wish you happier. I wish you peace. And if you have peace with what the world is, and you can have a stupid driver over here and a bad server over there, and none of that bothers you, the entire world opens up to you. And when you were open to a broader and better world, that's a broader and better world that you can deliver to your children. I just ask you to at least consider cultivating peace.
It would be easier if I had it at home.
Hey, listen, life would be easier if there wasn't life. Do you know what I mean? Marriage would be, you know, if it was just me in it. You know, I wouldn't have to do, you know, everything is easier with, you know, Mrs. Spears, if you want a ring, you better shut it up. You know what I mean? I personally wouldn't encourage you to do it, but if you want a ring, you got to stop poking at him, because you know who he is. You know who he is. Mm-hmm. So if you keep picking at who he is, you're not going to get what you want from it.
Okay.
You got me?
Yes.
But think about what it is you want first. Just make
Okay.
sure. No recovery in this matter. It's adjourned. Darwin is what I call all-day angry, and he thinks it's a power position. But anger is an able imposter. It's just fear and insecurity all dressed up to look like power.